First of all, I want to thank Governor Nixon for his appointment of our 3 new curators, Mary Nelson, Tom Voss, and John Sunvold, and our new student curator, Patrick Graham. We're very glad to have all of these people and have a full complement of board members. So we are looking forward to an exciting year together. Questions?
So there was a lot of talk in the meeting about the AAU stand and how various actions may impact the AAU stand. We haven't seen the actual rankings for the University of Missouri campus for a couple of years, and the most recent ranking we saw was like 32nd out of 34th of the public research universities. Where do we stand? What is the most recent ranking that has been issued for the University of Missouri?
I don't know of anything since the ranking you're speaking of, President.
I don't know of anything either. That certainly does not mean that there hasn't been some more recent ranking, but I think what you've mentioned is probably what still exists.
And with, after they took the action at the University of Nebraska, what's the important goal for the university here? Are you worried about being removed from those rankings, or being removed from the AAU by a vote of the organization?
I wouldn't say we're worried, but we are mindful.
And the metrics that move you up in the rankings in the AAU also move you up in the quality of what you are. So even without regard for the AAU status, we want to continuously improve ourselves. So I wouldn't focus on the AAU that much. I would focus on what we're trying to be as a university.
What's the difference between being worried about and being mindful about it?
Well, I would say that worried kind of implies that more focus and more effort focused in that direction, while, as the president said, we are always interested in improvement in all aspects. And while we're mindful of what the AAU thinks, that cannot be what drives everything we do.
What do you think of Mr. McDonald's framework that he laid out today as far as
Oh, I thought that was a wonderful presentation. I thought it was very exciting. I look forward to the great work he's going to do for us. Yeah, Rudy?
The budget, the number of positions cut in the system administration, and the pay and the cuts that occurred on the Columbia campus, 37 layoffs, a number of non-tenure track faculty who have been removed, which we don't even know the number of. Is there any thoughts being given, or were they to seeking any kind of voluntary pay cut among the top salaried people at the university? Because while you all were talking, I looked up, there are 393 people who work for the university who make more than $200,000 a year. 80 people make more than $300,000 a year. I know it probably wouldn't make a whole lot of difference, but it might mean something to people if that occurs. So was any thought or any discussions given to any sort of pay cut for those top salaried people?
Well, there's been discussion of limiting merit increases for those people and others. But I think it's important to recognize that most of those people are currently severely underpaid in comparison to folks at that level in peer institutions. And it's important that we keep the talent that we have. Budget reductions are difficult. They always result in very tough decisions with regard to staffing and services. We tried to do it in a way that did minimal damage to our mission, and we tried to do it where we had the flexibility to do it without damaging long-term employees' security. And I think we've accomplished that.
We have anybody on the line listening in? Media folks on the line for any questions? Somebody's there.
Somebody, yeah.
I did have a question from Dale Singer, KWMU, for you, Curator Henriksen, just about the importance of diversity and inclusion in selecting the next president. If you want to talk about that for a minute.
Well, we are definitely looking for the next president to have experience in dealing with issues of equity and inclusion and a sensitivity to those kinds of issues on our campus. That's one of the things that we heard in our listening sessions that everybody wants to put at the forefront, and we are certainly doing that.
Over the weekend, it's possible that the American Association of University Professors will vote to put the University of Missouri on censure list for the actions regarding Assistant Professor Melissa Click. What do you think the impact on the university would be if that vote, if the vote occurs and the university is on the censure list?
You want to take that?
We've been on the censure list before. They do what they do, and we do what we do.
Do you think it would be important to try to remedy or get the university removed in any kind of quick way? Because the last time it was on for many years.
We'll have to wait and see what they say.
And the legislative leaders started appointing the University of Missouri Review Commission. You've expressed in the past acceptance, support for that idea, but oftentimes it's been couched in terms of, look forward to a review of the rules and regulations. The commission has a much broader charge than just looking at the rules and regulations, but could even come back and suggest that the university be broken up into 4 separate institutions that without a system administration over top of it. What do you give answer to that particular part of its charge?
That would it's hard to imagine any thoughtful commission coming back with that kind of a recommendation in light of the efficiencies and the savings and the service that the system provides to the 4 campuses and the hospital. So it's difficult to come up with a response to that hypothetical because it is, in my view, so outrageous. Having said that, though, we're excited about the possibility of outside experts giving us some thoughtful advice on how we can improve how we perform our functions as a university. And if this commission can do that, we're delighted to get the help. You know, you talked about the budget reductions and the cuts that we've experienced this year. It's nice to have some more bodies focused on what we're trying to do as a university.
Do you have any comment on folks who have been named to the commission so far? Is there anything particularly noteworthy that we may not have, the public may not know about any of these people that puts them in a particular area of expertise about the university?
I don't know any of them personally, and I haven't I've been a little tied up for the last couple of days.
Yeah. I think I know one of them. I may know, I don't even remember the names, but I remember when I saw the note that
Renee Hulshoff, the
okay, I know Renee.
radio host, Dave Spence, the 2012 candidate for governor on the Republican ticket.
Yeah, I've met Dave Spence.
And,
Mike Williams, I know. He's a former student of mine.
okay,
Who was the fourth?
from,
Neil Brady.
Who?
Neil Brady.
Don't think I know Neil Brady Hawk. But I have no reason to think that they are not capable and qualified people. I am kind of struck. I think I recall them all having been MU graduates.
right.
And I don't know how that will impact a system-wide review, but I trust that they all have the integrity and impartiality to do a review, an honest assessment of the entire operation.
I have one more question.
Do you think graduate workers at the system should be considered employees?
I think I'd rather leave that to the courts. Currently, they're not, and I have a lot of respect for the legal system, being a lawyer, and so I would rather let a judge make that determination.
Thanks, everybody.